Adam, a chaplain here at Harrow Hospital. This is one of our latest reflections in the run for Christmas. There have been so many sacrifices during this difficult year, and one of them for staff in this hospital is to set aside our traditional Christmas lunch, which was held every year for all staff in the hospital. So nostalgically, I look back to a couple of years ago when the then Roman Catholic chaplain, Father Jim, and I were stood in the queue awaiting our annual feed, and things were moving a bit slowly. We were also aware that the chief nurse was offering flu jabs to the revellers as they wandered by, so we felt the need to offer some distraction therapy. We started a sing-song. We didn't want to lean too heavily on our religious credentials, so we decided on the 12 days of Christmas as an appropriate way to get people involved. Well, we started pretty confidently. We got to the familiar boisterous allegando of 5 gold rings. About day 9, we began to lose a little bit of our gusto, and then soon after we fizzled out entirely. And we could have used as an excuse that the 12 days of Christmas has lots of regional variations. Clearly different cultures thought it was helpful for teaching young children how to remember things, how to count, and they happened to include whatever came into their minds as part of the gifts on the different days of Christmas. For example, in Scotland there's a version which replaces the 5 gold rings with an Arabian baboon. So perhaps not very helpful if you're using the carol as some kind of last-minute spur to ideas of Christmas shopping. I wouldn't recommend typing Arabian baboon into Amazon anytime soon. The 12 days of Christmas, for me, sums up so much around what we value of this festive time of year: community, friendship, getting together, and fun. And of course, it won't be the same this year. There's something as well about that particular carol with its strange collection of characters, lords are leaping, maids are milking, etc., which recalls to me the gospel story, the biblical narrative of Christmas. A really, really strange and eclectic group of characters who are gathered together in some kind of seasonal pantomime, and yet defying all logic, everyone and everything belongs together. Something else you may not know about the 12 days of Christmas is that if you add up all the gifts, it comes to the number 364, which I think is a rather neat way of remembering that though we work towards Christmas Day and it's a day of hopefully happiness and feasting, there's a poignant reminder there that we need to bring that sense of connection with each other, that sense of connection with love, with God, into the other 364 days as well. That's been a particularly tough challenge this year, but it's one that's really important to remember. The message of Christmas really is, from a Christian perspective, God is with us in the extraordinary, in the ordinary, in the times of joy, in the times of crisis, and in the times of anxiety too. May peace and love surround you. And until next time, every blessing.